Announcement is here. We got the main man, NK, New Japan correspondent. Is it the New Japan streets correspondent? Has finally joined WRESTHINGS, man.
Yeah,
too sweet.
Too sweet. I'm officially a member of the WRESTHINGS podcast. You get me? Man was in the performance center. Now I'm a part of the main roster. You get what I'm saying?
Now you have to do, what's it called again? You done what's the thing that they normally say when they go around? When they go around, they do, what's that New Japan guys do?
What?
What's the thing? Derek used to say it. See, when they go around, they go to like Ring of Honor, they go to excursion.
Oh yeah, I was on the excursion. Man was a young boy, but now I'm a part of the main roster. Do you know what I'm saying? Young boy, young lion. Do you know what I'm saying, fam? But yeah, man, man's here, man. You get me? I'm a part of the WRESTHINGS podcast now. You know what I'm saying? The Japanese correspondent is here. Big up Mex for that nickname. But yeah, man, first and foremost, I just want to say big up the Mandem for, allowing me to be on. First and foremost, I'm always a fan, innit? I'm always a fan of
I talk about the first DM that you dropped us, man.
Yeah.
I might even put a screenshot.
So I think that was like, what, 2017?
2017, yeah.
2017,
when we were fresh, when we first
started. So basically, I saw them man post a video. I think it was definitely a video of VRSYJNES and Sam arguing about something, and I said, you know what, like, Mandem actually doing podcasts, because for the longest year, it's like when it comes to wrestling content, you're seeing bare Americans, and I can't lie, they ain't Mandem. So to see Mandem in the UK do content, like, I said, you know what, I have to reach out to these man, because what these man are doing is sick, innit? And we always talk about on social media, why isn't there this type of content? Why isn't there that type of content? But then when you see the content, like, you have to show support. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to let people know that, like, you're messing with the content. So I sent them a DM just, saying how much I mess with the content, if they ever needed me for a video. And then, yeah, man.
I think when you dropped that, I think the week after it was like, do you want to come on? He's like, I'm busy.
Yeah.
He's like, the next week you came on, that's the Krista Kappa episode.
Yeah, that's the Krista Kappa.
That
was the Krista Kappa episode. And that was like Money in the Bank 2000.
Money in the Bank, Brock Lesnar,
and then from there, it's just been like, obviously I've been on the podcast Bear, just helping out. And it's like, because I generally like the content. This is content I genuinely support. So it's like, now that I'm a member of WRESTHINGS, it's only right that I bring, the Japanese flavor to the show.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? No Kenny Omega slander tolerated.
No. You know what it is? We need merch for that. We need, like I said, fam. From now on, you're going to be hearing NK's voice regularly on the podcast and seeing his face a lot on the content.
Yeah, man.
So guys, show him some love, drop him a congratulations, drop him a big up on that sort of stuff. And yeah, man.
Yeah, man, we're here.
Honestly, it's been a long time coming. Bruh. No, that's the outside. What do you want to start talking about first? What do you want to go
since
Blood and Guts, right?
Huh?
Blood and Guts.
Today's Blood and Guts. So today's AW Blood and Guts Wednesday. Well, by the time you lot see this,
by the time you lot
see this, Blood and Guts would have already happened. Yeah. But so the matches on the show, I believe QT Marshall versus Cody is going to be
apparently
on the show.
I was listening to Kick Out Podcast, big up Kick Out Podcast every single time. Mex said it's going to be a one-match show.
But no, I don't think so.
How does that work out? Does that mean that there's just one match and the whole show's just...
I think that was the original plan, but when they put out the poster recently, I saw bare man, so I don't even know in it. So I'm just assuming from what the poster is going to be like just think of it like a TV pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But there's going to be the matches on show are Cody versus QT Marshall, which has been...
That's going to be a sick match.
It's been a good feud. I can't lie. I'm liking QT Marshall's faction.
Same for the factory, innit?
Yeah, the Nightmare faction. I'm liking that faction. Like, I think QT Marshall should win this match because I think QT Marshall needs momentum. Cody's got enough wins.
Yeah.
And if Cody loses, it doesn't hurt him in any way.
Doesn't hurt him, yeah.
Yeah. So I definitely think QT Marshall should pick up the win when it comes to that match. You got Kenny Omega and Michael Nakazawa versus Moxley and Eddie Kingston. Not gonna lie,
that I get why Nakazawa is there because obviously that's Kenny's best friend, innit? But sometimes it just feels random.
No, but he's a jobber, innit? Like he's
but why is he tag teaming with Kenny after that? Why couldn't the Good Brothers tag team?
No, so I don't know.
Did that build come out from somewhere?
Basically, obviously, you know how the AW Revolution thing ended, innit? with Eddie Kingston, and basically they flopped the ending in it.
Oh, the explosion.
Yeah. So basically, I think what was supposed to happen, obviously, they were supposed to explode, and Eddie Kingston and Moxley were supposed to be gone for months.
For months, yeah.
But now they've had to scramble and just give a storyline in it. So they basically still continue that Kenny Omega storyline.
Oh, the storyline's still continuing, yeah?
Storyline's still ongoing in it. So, but I think what they're leading up to, they're trying to make Eddie Kingston and John Moxley a tag team so they can eventually challenge for the titles against the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
So what they're trying to do is like, okay, because you obviously they don't want the Good Brothers to like take a loss, so they got Michael Nakazawa there to take the pin.
Okay.
So it keeps Kenny strong, and it gives Moxley and Kingston a win as a tag team. Because I don't think they have any wins as a tag team, or if they do have wins, they're very small. So yeah, it's just building up momentum for them. But yeah, that match should be decent. Do you
think Kenny will come out with the Impact Championships, or do you think it's just gonna?
They've been advertising it like on every time his graphic appears, it's always AAA, Impact, and AW champion. So if he doesn't, because he didn't come up with any titles last weekend, he just came in the suit.
Came in the suit. Yeah.
So if he does, like, if we do see the belt, we should see the other belts. And then another match on the card, I believe. Is
there a women's match?
Yes, so Britt Baker's wrestling the match.
Yeah.
Britt Baker's been sick. Britt Baker is.
Let me see if I can put out the card.
Yeah,
Britt Baker's been sick. Yeah,
Britt Baker's sick, man.
Ever since that thing match, was it the street match or what she have? It was like the blood match with when I was bare blood.
Oh,
even though I didn't, I wasn't really feeling the some parts of the match, but ever since then she's just up the level.
Yeah, but Britt Baker's been sick for like not even before that. Like she's the face of that division. Like that division is gonna be built around her. And basically the storyline is right now that she
it's to be announced. We don't know who she's fighting.
Yeah, it's just a random opponent. It's gonna be like a squash match. But the storyline is she's basically building up her wins, because you know how AEW has the ranking system.
Yeah.
She's now number 1 ranked in it, but she's just building up her wins. Eventually, I think she'll challenge at Double or Nothing, and then she'll beat Hikaru Shida for the championship, because Hikaru Shida's reign's been long.
She's had it for a while still.
She's the longest reigning AEW champion like
ever.
Yeah.
So obviously he's been there for 2 years.
Yeah, it's been a year. But yeah, she's had the title forever. So Britt Baker's storyline is just that she's building up her wins. You know, she's climbing up the rankings. But yeah, like her promos are sick.
Yeah,
like
her backstage thing that she used to have before. I don't know if she still does it. I haven't watched AEW in a while.
No, she doesn't do the
dentist thing.
The dentist thing, like the backstage segment anymore. But she's always like doing interviews, and yeah, man, she's a credible character, man. She's so sick. Like I proper like what she's doing. So yeah, big up Britt Baker. She'll have a decent match.
We've got this the 4-way tag team match for the future AEW tag team championships.
Yeah,
we have SoCal, Frankie Kazarian, and Christopher Daniels. I don't think Christopher Daniels in time.
Yeah, them, because basically what's going on with SCU is basically
things left SCU, innit?
Yeah, Scorpio Sky's kind of exited from the group, but he's always been. Do you know what? They've all ever since the tag team run ended. He's always been on his own.
Yeah.
But SCU have a stipulation they've set for themselves that the next tag team match that they lose, they'll break up.
Oh wow, just complete done.
Yeah. So the next tag team match, they like obviously this is so if they don't get pinned, they haven't lost. But if they get pinned in this match, then they're gonna break up. But I think they're gonna win this match and then challenge the Young Bucks for the title.
Yeah.
But yeah, the 4-way match should be very interesting. Should be very good.
Jungle Express, you got what's it? The Varsity Blondes.
Yeah, Varsity Blondes.
They're acclaimed.
Varsity Blondes are actually they're a very
good.
slept on team. Like they're very good. Griff Garrison, like he's like I don't see him like winning the title, but he'll be like a good mid carder. He's a very good guy. And obviously you got the main event, Inner Circle versus I can't lie. This feud is like the best. I say it's the best.
Is it ending after this then?
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that was a quick feud, no?
No, bro.
No, it hasn't been a quick feud.
It's been long,
but technically, it's been a feud that's been like spread out. It's like a spider feud. So obviously the feud started off with MJF and Chris Jericho, right?
Yeah.
From that we had the birth of the Pinnacle. From the Pinnacle we've had these guys battling each other. So technically it's been a long. It's been even the Sammy Guevara thing as well.
Yeah, bruv, it's been long. Like
it's a spider.
Because deep. It's not even the fact that when MJF joined the Inner Circle, like we have to go all the way back to like February of 2020. Well, no, February. I think like last year 2020 when Chris Jericho and MJF had that segment with each other from the beginning.
Which one?
This one back when we had crowds.
The singing one. Oh,
no, before that. This when we had crowds. So they had a segment where basically they both bonded over the fact that they hate Cody Rhodes, innit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I think because this was after Full Gear. This was when MJF turned on Cody Rhodes and Chris Jericho retained the title, and then they had that little segment of. Do you want to join the Inner Circle? Do you want me to join the Inner Circle? Do you want me to? And that happened back in like what 2020,
yeah,
and then obviously there was a time where MJF was slowly warming up to the Inner Circle, and then he eventually joined
them. Yeah,
and then from there, remember we had the little segments where Eric Bischoff would come back. We had the little segments with Sammy Guevara, and that's been the Dinner Debonair stuff.
Yeah.
So that's been going on for months and months and months and months, and then obviously then you have the payoff of listen. Chris Jericho, MJF finally turns on the Inner Circle and forms the Pinnacle. And bruv, this feud has been like the promos, both Chris Jericho
it's been sick.
has been cutting on MJF and the promos MJF been cutting on Chris Jericho. This feud's been
the backstage stuff, the beef backstage as well when thing Bossy said, is it Scott Dawson? Is it Scott Dawson?
Yeah, like well, yeah.
Oh, sick, yeah. What's his name now? I forgot.
Cash Wheeler, Dax Harwood.
Yeah, Dax Harwood. Yeah.
But yeah, that feud. I think this is the best feud. Like.
And it could potentially be one of the best matches they've had in a while.
The match is gonna be sick because
two Hell in a Cells, man.
Yeah, because literally you've got like the people I'm interested in seeing interact is obviously FTR and Proud and Powerful.
Yeah.
Like those two, because those two are very sick tag teams, innit? And then you got Sammy Guevara, who's a high flyer. I know he's gonna do a madness from the top rope. And then
technically everyone's got their opponent.
Yeah.
So you got Wardlow and Jake Hager. You got Chris Jericho, MJF.
Yeah.
You got Proud and Powerful and what's FTR?
FTR.
Then you also got what's his name? I forgot his name. Mr. 10. What's his name again?
I was gonna call him by his WWE name.
I didn't. Yeah.
What's his name?
I forgot his name.
I forgot his name.
That's
Sean Spears.
Sean Spears versus Sean Spears is up against who?
Sammy Guevara.
Yeah.
But
that's not, yeah.
The match is gonna be so sick, man. Yeah. I'm excited, man. This feud has been like, it's one of like, I'd say like, obviously we're very early into 2021, but one of the best feuds I've seen this year. Or even though it started from last year, but one of the best feuds I've seen this year, like easy.
Stars will definitely be made from this feud from today. Like, we'll see some mad stuff today.
It's gotta be
Sammy Guevara can easily, if he's grown on me in it, so he can easily from today like go on and do mad stuff.
He's got to do a madness. And then obviously, I think next week we got John Moxley versus Yuji Nagata.
Yeah.
For the IWGP.
Yuji Nagata trained Okada, right? I done my Googles, innit?
You might know more than me on this one.
I done my Googles. I checked it, yeah.
But
that's mad, fam.
Shout out to him because Yuji Nagata is a wrestling legend, innit? Like, just to see it's going to be just to see the IWGP US Championship defended on AEW.
Yeah.
It's a lot is happening in wrestling, like a lot. Like even if you go to other companies like Impact, like a lot of these companies are working together.
I think it's the best time for them to work together. Obviously, we've come out from a pandemic. A lot of companies lost money, so the best way to do this is by collaborating. Like for example, there's been rumors or news about WWE collaborating with MLW. I think that's sick. I think it could work good for MLW because obviously MLW not say they've lost. I don't know if they've lost viewers in it, but the product hasn't been as good as from the first time when I first saw it. When I first saw it, I was like, this is amazing. But by the time it's just gone down, innit?
Do you know what the thing about WWE working with MLW? Obviously,
You think it's gonna be evolving?
I think it's gonna be evolving. I think it's gonna be what they did with Evolve, innit? But they can prove me wrong in it. But based off just previous history, it didn't sound any different from what they're doing with Evolve, innit? And the New Japan president said also came out of a statement today. Not today, but came out of a statement that said like, this is what he wants. Like, if his wrestlers want to work for another company, like, they can come up to him and they can have a discussion about it. Now, it's not going to happen for every single wrestler. And I know in Japan right now, there's a massive lockdown over there. Yeah. So, like, travel restrictions. But I just like the fact that, even, not to get sidetracked, but even the fact that Andrade, fresh from WWE,
is now challenging
Kenny Omega. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, all these guys have the ability to work wherever they want to work, and it's not a thing where the company's gonna say no. If it's possible and it doesn't interfere with the schedule, it can happen. Yeah, do you know what I'm saying? And that's what I love about wrestling right now. Like I wish we had this year back in the day, where imagine, let's say, TNA days. You can see AJ go to WWE,
and go back to
go back to TNA, and then so on and so forth. Obviously, stuff like this has been.
I feel like I said, I think I said this a couple episodes ago. I feel like WWE, they're on that point where, like, not that they don't care, but they've hit the jackpot time ago where it's like, what, like, we can collaborate with you. What does it do for us? You got what I mean?
Nah, but the thing is, they can say what is it doing for us, but at the end of the day, it's like,
not say what can it do for us, but I mean, as in, like, it doesn't harm them if they did collaborate. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, them showing New Japan, like, what's it, the new documentary that's coming out soon? What's Darren Young?
Yeah.
Darren Young?
Yeah.
He was wearing the New Japan tracksuit.
Yeah.
And WWE allowed it. Even with Stone Cold's podcast, we had Chris Jericho there.
Yeah.
But a couple years back, that wouldn't have fly. Do you know what I mean? Like, they would have at least even like, for example, even with like you show old stuff like or documentary, they won't even show stuff of them in Ring of Honor and stuff.
Yeah.
They'll just say they came from WWE. Even I think you said it in a podcast years ago, like not even years ago, like months ago, saying how like when Shinsuke Nakamura came to WWE, they didn't mention that he came from New Japan.
I think
they said something about him coming from Japan, but they didn't say the company.
No, I think when he went to NXT, they were like hardest Japanese sided, but like they weren't specific about where
he came from.
Obviously, over the years, they've been more like welcoming to other companies. But that's because That's because these other companies, like, you can't ignore them anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, it becomes a thing where you have to acknowledge that. You have to acknowledge these other companies, because especially now that a lot of these talents are making a name for themselves by themselves. For example, back in the day, let's say if somebody came from Impact or AEW, they'll make them change their name. They'll make them change their name. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, Samoa Joe would have been called Joey Samoa or something.
Or Big Bo. I don't know.
Yeah, like, do you know what I'm saying? Like, all
these,
like, a lot of these guys, they keep their names. Like, if you're a big star.
But I feel like, if you're a big, you can keep it if you're a big star in it. But if
you're a big star, you keep your name. Like, Adam Cole kept his name. Obviously, they'll change certain people, like Tommy End, Aleister Black, they changed that. But, like, if you're a big star, like,
and you've done the rounds,
yeah, exactly. Like, even with AJ, like, they debuted him straight into
Royal Rumble. That's a big thing, you know. But then again, imagine AJ coming on NXT.
That's a violation.
That's a violation.
It's a violation.
And that's a violation. That was a violation for Samoa Joe as well. Coming for NXT.
But you know, with Samoa Joe
put don't get me wrong, Samoa Joe put 6 matches on NXT. But I would have preferred if Samoa Joe came out straight.
But you know why? They didn't have plans for him in the main roster. They wanted, because back then, when Samoa Joe debuted, NXT wasn't that. NXT's a brand now, isn't it? Back then, it was still very much developmental, because the way you'd see Samoa Joe, you'd see Baron Corbin. You'd see Alex Riley. You see bare developmental guys in it. Yeah. So back then, they wanted to sign Samoa Joe just as on a Legends contract, basically. Like, you know, like basically an experienced guy. Basically come in, help
just teach,
just help us teach. But then apparently when his merch sold out, that's when
they clicked.
They said, you know what, like, let's have this guy on board. And then obviously
But that's stupid of WWE. They should have, bro, if you know who Samoa Joe is, like, you put him, bro, I'll put him next to where Brock is, bro.
But that's what they don't know. That's the thing.
That's mad, fam.
Triple H, you know.
How can you know? But my thing is, how can you know about AJ Styles but not know about Samoa Joe? Not saying both of them are the same. I'm not comparing them. That's never on the Trumpish thing.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that, fam, if you know AJ Styles, then you must know Samoa Joe.
No, I hear what you're saying. I just think it's basically I think it's timing as well.
Oh, timing's right.
Timing, because AJ, Samoa Joe signed, I think, a year or maybe a year before AJ did, didn't it? And AJ, he just come off like that. Come off New Japan. Bullet Club is at its all-time highest. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, WWE have to, like, acknowledge what's going on. Yeah. With Samoa Joe, it's like,
where was Samoa Joe before he came to WWE?
He was in TNA. He was in TNA. Then he did a little thing in New Japan. Not New Japan. ROH. But it was basically TNA NXT. That's basically what it was. It wasn't like he did
New Japan.
Like AJ did a whole 2 years in New Japan and built his name, and then made Bullet Club like one of the best, like one of the most popular factions in the world, innit? So it's kind of like, bruv, you can't ignore this guy. Like this, like new Bullet Club were I think Bullet Club have the highest selling non-WWE merch ever. Yeah. So, bruv, you can't ignore this guy. You can't, and all the fans know him. So it'll be a violation to put him in at NXT.
Yeah.
But even Vince didn't. But AJ says himself, Vince didn't have plans for AJ.
That's bad.
Vince didn't have plans for AJ. Or I think it was after AJ's match with Chris Jericho. No, it was after.
You could tell that he didn't have plans for AJ. Like the way, obviously, I feel like AJ's the way it makes sense. When I speak to people say it makes sense for AJ to win the championship fast. But the way he won it so fast, was it fast?
It wasn't. I mean,
Wasn't
it was faster because he did it in his first year.
Yeah.
But if you think about it,
I would have had it any other way.
No,
that's it.
No, like because I think AJ said the match where he won Vince over was him against Roman at Extreme Rules. That match was sick.
Yeah.
And then he said, you know what? Because obviously AJ's not Vince. Like when you look at a Vince guy, AJ's not that.
Vince likes the big man.
But AJ won Vince over. But that's the thing, that you have to win a lot. Even with guys like AJ who debuted, you have to win these guys over. So it's good. Like I'm happy for these wrestlers that they're able to wrestle wherever they want. And I feel like John Moxley changed the game when it comes to that, because John Moxley's the first person, where I remember where he left WWE and he wrestled everywhere.
Everywhere. He went everywhere.
Like,
man's even in GCW. But it come to reignite his beef with Nick Gage.
You know what I'm saying? Like, bruv, he's in new, like, deep it. He was IWGP United States champion and AEW champion. Yeah. Then he was doing stuff with Bloodsport.
Bloodsport, yeah.
Like, John Moxley's like has shown people that, bro, like, you can do whatever you want.
But we knew that from that Chris Jericho interview that he had, bro. We knew what he was on, bro. I wanted to leave WWE and fly.
Yeah, I know, but
like, the stuff that he was saying, bro.
He said when they handed him the contract, he didn't even look at it, fam. He just handed it. He didn't look at the contract. He's like, bro, WWE offered me. He's like, because he was like, if I look at the money, I'm gonna start thinking about the money. If I don't look at it, I'm not. I'm gonna go in it. Yeah. But yeah, man, I'm very happy to see what's happening in wrestling.
Yeah, facts. NXT
was sick. So I didn't watch all the show. I watched the highlights, but the matches I caught.
There's a new faction, by the way, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Isaiah Swerve Scott. I can't remember the fact.
The guy from the Treasures show, right? The WWE Treasures.
I don't watch that show.
It's quite sick. It's like what do you call it? That trader show.
But yeah, Isaiah Swerve Scott's got a new faction. He had a very sick match with
what's his name again? Leon Ruff.
Yeah,
I caught the first bits.
He had a very that's the match I caught all of it. You know, that match was sick.
How did it end?
Basically Leon Ruff was about to dive off on a platform onto Isaiah Swerve Scott, and then that's when one of the big guys in Isaiah Swerve Scott's faction came in, and the big one, and he interfered, and obviously that led to Isaiah Swerve Scott winning. And then after that there was like a backstage segment when they basically like showed like what the faction is gonna be like, and it's gonna be interesting seeing them going forward. And another thing that happened in NXT.
What's his name? What's that guy called again? Loomis. What's his name again?
Dexter Loomis.
Dexter Loomis and Indy Hartwell. Like anything. I'm loving that.
No, not this week. So Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae are the new NXT Women's Tag Team.
Oh, they beat Thingy.
Yeah.
They beat them.
So the new tag team champions.
Did you see the ending?
So yeah, it was a sick match. It was basically I can't remember what the exact ending was, but it was a no DQ match in it.
Yeah, street fight. Yeah,
it was a street fight. But yeah, they won clean. So yeah. They are the Women's Tag Team champions. Nothing happened at NXT. There was it wasn't a brawl, but Karrion Kross basically got into it with Finn Balor, Pete Dunne, and Kyle O'Reilly. So those are going to be his next contenders. I don't know in what order, but basically Pete Dunne. So Kyle O'Reilly came out first saying, "I want to challenge you." Pete Dunne came out next saying, "I want to challenge Karrion Kross," and then Finn Balor said, "I've beaten both of you guys. I deserve my rematch." And then next week, Karrion Kross has got a match with Austin Theory.
Okay. Is that because he stumbled across Scarlett's room or something? What did he do to Scarlett that this match has come out? I saw like.
I think he was talking to Scarlett, but then William Regal just put him in the match.
Oh, just put in the match. Okay.
William Regal just put him in the match, and it's like you're facing
Karrion Kross. That's it. That's
Karrion Kross next week, innit? So. What else happened? There was one sick match. I can't remember the two girls' names. There was one black girl and one
when she got booted in the face.
Yeah,
I saw. I think I don't know her name, but I saw the kick in the face.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can pull it up.
But yeah, there was a lot of sick matches on NXT. Like I said, I watched the highlights in there. I didn't have time to watch the whole show, but I watched the highlights. But yeah, NXT had a lot of good things going on, and obviously. Raquel Gonzalez's next opponent is going to be Mercedes.
Mercedes, yeah, I know.
Yeah, Mercedes Martinez.
Was it like how did she get that?
I just think she was just because she's always been in that title picture, innit? So
Yeah.
it just makes sense, innit? But yeah, they had a backstage interview segment where it was kind of like
That's gonna be a strong match though.
where Raquel Gonzalez was basically telling Mercedes, listen, I know you're scared of me. And Mercedes is basically saying I'm the veteran, like I've handled like women like you before. Like but yeah, it's gonna be a good match. Obviously Raquel Gonzalez will retain. But yeah, it's gonna be an interesting match. It's gonna be a very interesting match.
Oh, Saray versus Zayda. Not that. It's not this match, is it?
No, it's not that match. It's not that match. I can't remember who it was particularly, but it was but there was a lot of sick matches at NXT. Like the matches I'd say look out for. If you're gonna go back and you can watch 2 matches, definitely watch Leon Ruff versus Isaiah Swerve Scott, and definitely watch the main event, Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae versus Ember Moon and Shotzi Blackheart.
Shotzi Blackheart, yeah.
I'm
gonna finish it tonight when I go.
Yeah. And then obviously quick New Japan stuff because they had
Was it Don
Wrestling Dontaku?
Dontaku, yeah.
So the 2 major things that happened from that pay-per-view were
Will Ospreay versus Shingo.
Will Ospreay versus Shingo was a sick match.
Win. Win.
Yeah, Will Ospreay retained his title, and then Jay White beat Tanahashi for the never openweight title. So now he's never openweight champion. So what they're doing with the never openweight belt is they're kind of, that's their mid card belt right now.
The Intercontinental was obviously gone.
Yeah, Intercontinental was gone, and they're kind of using the never openweight title as like this is like the new mid card belt. Because before like the hierarchy was obviously the world heavyweight champion, IC, then never openweight was like below it, and never openweight was kind of it was a niche belt. Because before, it wasn't officially this belt, but it used to be more for the strong style people. Okay. So the Suzukis, the Gotos, the Shibatas, the Shingos. But now, obviously, since they got rid of the IC belt, they're kind of positioning.
Everyone has to get, yeah. So technically, there's only 2 belts in New Japan at the moment.
Yeah, they're 3.
Or the USA.
So the 4. So there's 4. So they've got the
USA belt.
They got the main title, openweight, USA, and then the juniors.
Okay.
And then obviously
who's junior champion? Junior heavyweight now.
Junior heavyweight now. Oh, it was. I can't remember who it was because obviously Hiromu had it, but then he got injured. So I can't remember who they vacated it to. Like the junior heavyweight title picture. Like it's
dead.
It's not. I wouldn't say it's dead yet, but it's like
it's not memorable.
I'm not gonna say that. It's just like Hiromu's the biggest. Like it's like. Hiromu's just the guy of that division, and plus, like you've lost a lot of the people that made that division like big, because the division was in a good place. I'd say a year ago because Ospreay was still a junior. Shingo was a junior at one point in time. Then you had Hiromu. Then you had Ishimori. You had bare different guys there. But forgive me, New Japan fans, I can't remember who the junior heavyweight champion is right now. But when Hiromu comes, but the thing is, when Hiromu comes back, he's taking that belt. So, because Hiromu's injured, so yeah, he's gonna definitely take that belt. But yeah, Jay White is now never openweight champion. I don't like that title.
They're never open.
I don't like it. I don't like it because it's like, you see with the IC title, you have 10 years of history with that title.
What you say? There's no history behind this. Never open.
It's not that title. Like it's not. It's like if they try to position
the 24.
No, 24 is a violation. 24 is a violation. Like let's say they try to put the hardcore title as like on the same level as like IC title. Like historically,
technically, not historically. No,
historically,
no.
like the IC title was main event in Wrestle Kingdom. Do you know what I'm saying? Like the IC,
which it should be.
That the IC title is prestigious. Yeah. Like that is a proper title. Like people who've held the IC title: Kenny Omega, Hiroshi Tanahashi, Shinsuke Nakamura, Jay White. Like real.
I think. Do you know what it is? I think the IC title in any sort of promotion should be like looked at as one of the top titles. IC and heavyweight titles, they're
100%.
Then whatever titles after, 100%. And obviously the second one that you probably would love to get is the tag team belts.
Yeah, like the IC title has 10 years of like history where it's been, but the never openweight title doesn't have that history.
So when did that come into the picture? Was that a recent belt?
It's been around for like at least over 5 years. But when I talk about history, like it's never been like they will never put Never Open title as a main event of Wrestle Kingdom. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's and plus, like I said before, it's been a very niche belt. Like people like Shibata, like people like Shibata, Suzuki. For a period of time, that was a strong style belt. That was for like the hard hitting guys, the Ishiis, and that's what that belt was synonymous with. Obviously, other people have won it who are outside that, but historically, the Never Openweight title has always been associated with like strong style people. So to now make it position it as like, oh no, this is like the new IC titles. Like, no, it's not. Like no, it's not.
Yeah.
So yeah, but the wrestling Dontaku was sick. Obviously Ospreay versus Shingo was another sick match.
What was the main event?
That was the main event. So
event,
it was night 1 and night 2. So
Are they doing that for every single pay-per-view now? Is that just...
I don't know. Hopefully they don't. I don't know why they're doing night 1 and night 2, but they're doing a lot. But they're doing a lot. But Shingo versus Ospreay was sick. All their matches have been sick. I would say that this is probably like my least favorite out of their matches. I don't know why. I just didn't connect with this match the way I've connected with the others. I thought their G1 Climax match was better. Obviously, their Best of Super Juniors match is their best match. But yeah, like it's a very sick match. Will Ospreay retains, and the next person is Okada. So that's gonna be interesting.
Look forward to that.
Yeah,
And Okada's obviously had like long time storytelling with
Will Ospreay
because of the faction.
Yeah. Both Chaos members. Used to be.
WWE, quick one. Obviously, there's a major thing we need to talk about with WWE. But before we get into WWE, Cesaro. So not even Cesaro. Let's talk about. Let's just get into it. Daniel Bryan has basically his contract with WWE is basically done, and Daniel Bryan's now allowed to fly. Where would you like to see him fly?
Do you know what? Like this, Daniel Bryan can do whatever he wants in it, and the thing is, there's so many matches for him everywhere. Obviously, AW. There's Omega. There's Adam Page. There's Phoenix. But I'd say the match I look forward to the most out of any promotion. I want to see him versus Zack Sabre Jr.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Best two technical wrestlers in the world.
Zack Sabre Jr. is too technical, man.
Bruv, like
he's way too technical, man.
Bruv,
The holds I see people.
He's the best. Like he's the best technical wrestler in the world right now, and I really want to see Daniel Bryan like go back to that technical style because obviously he still has it, but he's had to adapt his style for the WWE system.
Yeah.
So I want to really see like Daniel Bryan do what Daniel Bryan does best. Like I said, we mentioned John Moxley before. I want to see Daniel Bryan do what Moxley does, like wrestle for everyone. Like if he wants to wrestle for AEW here, wrestle AEW here. If he wants to do something elsewhere, do that. Like be free. Like
fly.
Because one thing about that, Daniel Bryan's always, one thing I love about Daniel Bryan is that throughout his W, he's always been aware of what's going on outside.
Yeah, always.
He's always he's always big other people, and that's what I love about.
I think that's what made him. Do you know what I mean? He's come from there. He's seen how hard it is to get to the place where he needs to get to, and he's put on sick matches in these other places. For example, Ring of Honor against Nigel McGuinness, right?
Yeah.
I think he appeared in New Japan time ago.
Probably it was Noah.
Noah time ago, bro. He's done his bits, man. So he understands it.
Yeah, no, listen, Daniel Bryan, like, but because a lot of like Daniel Bryan is super vocal about everything. Like, he's just like, I want to work with this guy. I remember
even the stuff that he said about Kenny Omega.
Yeah, he said about Kenny Omega.
Kenny Omega, yeah. I listened back to the podcast we had last week in it. Some of the stuff I did say were wild.
Yeah,
but Hill North is still here to stay. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to go into it too tough because obviously. Big up Logan Sama. He's coming on the podcast on the 19th and he wants to go into another Omega discussion part 2. I think we're going to have a lot of Omega discussions this year. But he's going to have a part 2 of the Omega discussion. And I was going to say Lincoln, and NK and Logan are just going to go back to back and, do the whole thing, innit? Do you know what I mean? I think probably Derek will come back then as well. So
hopefully.
We'll just have to see. But yeah, go on.
Like Daniel Bryan is he's always like bigging up other wrestlers and he's got his finger on the pulse, and that's what I respect about him. And you can always tell he's hungry. He's not complacent, like he's hungry.
Yeah.
For me, having said all of that though, I don't think he's gonna leave WWE in terms of like he's not gonna wrestle again in WWE, but I think he will just be in the creative. I think he will like take a backstage role.
I think because I feel like the way he's pushing Cesaro now, I feel like he's got his eyes on a lot of talent, and he's like, cool, this is the people that he should be using, and probably use them, try and push them up, and try and get them in the picture, innit? So.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel Yeah, I just feel like he will take a creative role because obviously he's a family man right now, and doing a lot of this back and forth with different companies is taxing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's taxing, and Daniel Bryan is still in very good shape, so he can definitely go in the ring. But maybe he's at a point in his life where, you know what? Because he's got nothing to prove. Daniel Bryan, if he retires now, he's one of the greatest of all time. Yeah. So,
and the fact that he's come back from an injury,
he's got nothing to prove. I mean, my man's made. Do you know what I'm saying? Like when it's all said and done, they need to do a documentary on his entire career.
Yeah, facts.
Like,
well, not even an untold thing, on a proper,
full, like 100%. Because like a guy like Daniel Bryan, main event in WrestleMania twice. Like,
and it's the first time he wrestled that. First time he done his WrestleMania moment was that was a big.
Bruv,
you know what I mean?
That's historic.
That's one of the ones you see on the highlights of the WrestleMania. Do you know what I mean? You see Andre the Giant and Hulk Hogan. That's one of the greatest WrestleMania moments ever. Like Daniel Bryan winning is like, because that story, that whole storyline, man, it's mad. His career, like he's like it's very, like he's with he's up there with, like, you see when people transition from the indies to WWE, like Daniel Bryan was already loved. Yeah. And
then now he's loved by an entire new audience. Like, there's only a few people that have done that in their career. Like Bryan is sensational, man. He's absolutely he's absolutely sensational. So
he's another guy. Yeah, I'm gonna put out there because he's another guy which I didn't understand the hype. Like when I first saw this guy in WWE, I was like, who is this guy? Like, what the hell? Like, you know what I mean? So after like watching, getting back into wrestling and watching it over and over again, seeing documentaries of this guy that fans have made about him, I respect it. Like, even because I even forgot when he first came to WWE. Yeah, they wouldn't even giving him a chance. Do you remember that? They were just treating him like he's some waste man and stuff. And after he came out as the mystery partner for John Cena. Yeah. Do you remember that? Was it John Cena? Or was it a Survivor Series match?
I can't remember because I remember obviously Daniel Bryan. The first time I saw Daniel Bryan, he was on like the NXT talent when NXT was a talent show. And he came out as a member of the Nexus.
But they kicked him out of Nexus.
They kicked him out of Nexus, did it? And then
he came back as John Cena's. He came back as the guy that John Cena brought as a mystery partner.
Okay.
I think if I remember clearly, in it, because I remember John Cena goes, "There's one more guy or something," and he comes out and after everyone's like, "Oh shit."
Oh yeah, I do remember that. I do remember that. But then they started like booking him down. Like, obviously we know his WrestleMania moment with Sheamus.
Yeah. Like, that was mad. That was mad. Yeah.
They started really, like, in the words of Del Boy,
wallowing him.
With Daniel Bryan, and then just to see how he's done, like,
he just flipped it.
Because like that WrestleMania moment was not planned like at all. Like they had no intentions of it was gonna be Blue T-Star versus Randy Orton, and then I feel like somebody to get organically over.
Who won the Royal Rumble this year? Who won the Royal Rumble that year?
Oh, Batista.
Batista won. Oh, that's why he had Randy Orton.
Yeah. Batista won the Royal Rumble. So it's so funny because like people wanted anybody, but people wanted Daniel Bryan. But when they figured out Daniel Bryan wasn't going to win, they wanted Roman. They wanted anyone but Batista. And then the next year, Roman wins it, but they boo him because they want Bryan again.
It's nuts.
Like Bryan, he's like, when you talk about people the fans loved, Bryan is that guy. And even if you talk about the moments he's had, the moment he did what he did for Kofi.
Major moment.
What he did for Kofi, like Daniel Bryan is a GOAT. Like he's a GOAT. Like and in the ring, like his in-ring ability, like
mad.
He's the
for a short guy, like
But he's one of the best. Yeah. Like when you say AJ Styles, when you say certain man, Daniel Bryan is DB, there. DB. He has to be there. Like if you go back and watch his Ring of Honor stuff, like Bryan Daniels, American Dragon stuff, like. He's mad. Like he's one of the greatest, man. So the fan in me wants to see him go out in the world and wrestle, but if he doesn't, I understand it. I understand it, innit? It is what it is.
For me personally, I'd love to see him obviously do the excursion or do whatever he needs to do, but around the whole wrestling thing. But for him to stay back in WWE, I don't know, man. Cause like he's like from what we've seen now, like for him to come back to WWE wouldn't make sense because Roman potentially killed him. Like murdered him or kicked him out.
Yeah, I think it would just do creative, innit? It would just be in the background.
Even creative, I'd rather see him like go and fight other people that he hasn't fought yet.
Facts.
So facts. Like basically what not what Andrade is doing now, but yeah.
No, like but I wanna see that. Like I really, do you know how many matches there are for Bryan? Like there's there's so many. Like, you can do Brian. Obviously, we said Brian Zack Sabre Jr., but if he does Zack Sabre Jr., then he's probably gonna go New Japan, Okada, Jay White, like
Jay White, yeah.
Tanahashi, like
these names. But keep saying more.
Obviously, Naito, Shingo, that dude. Look, that dude. You see, and the thing is that in terms of stylistically, yeah.
Apparently, New Japan don't plan their matches. They don't plan their match. So when I was watching the Chris Jericho match, apparently Chris Jericho and who was it? I think it was Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega's first match when Chris Jericho was
Kingdom 12.
He was wearing shorts.
What? Chris Jericho?
Chris Jericho when he first came to New Japan.
I don't think he was wearing shorts because that's when he was doing the whole Painmaker stuff.
Not the Painmaker, the one before that. You know, he had a match before that.
What? In New Japan? His first match in New Japan was against Kenny.
Yeah, but what was he wearing?
I don't know. I don't think he was wearing shorts.
I think I saw pictures in it. Yeah, or he was wearing shorts or something. Apparently, he went to Kenny Omega and goes, "Oh, how should we plan this match?" Kenny goes, "Plan the match." Goes,
no. Yeah. See the New Japan style.
I can't believe it, fam.
New Japan style, is very like because some of the spots they do, you can't plan it. It's too complex. Like, you can't plan it. I don't know. Obviously, they know what spots are coming next in it, but it's very much like call it on the fly.
Wrestle Kingdom 12.
Let me see. Is he wearing shorts? I don't think he's wearing shorts. No, because he was big back then. He couldn't be wearing shorts. He was wearing
pants.
Oh yeah, he was wearing pants.
Yeah.
So when you say short, he was wearing pants.
Sorry, not shorts,
yeah, no, that's carb. But yeah, like New Japan, like their style of match is crazy.
You think that works in their favor that they don't plan a match?
100%. Like, obviously, I'm a New Japan guy, but
that means you must have chemistry. That means everyone there must have chemistry together with them.
And that's why I'm saying, this is like, people like to think we're gassing when we say, the style of wrestling in New Japan is different.
Yeah, of course it's different.
Like, the intensity in which they work at and the pace in which they work at, bro. Like, not a lot of man
can do
that. Like, not a lot of man can do that. And obviously, different.
The duration of the matches as well. That's Champions League down there, fam.
Bruv.
That's not World Cup. It was World Cup down there, fam.
Like, it's different.
Yeah. And
the thing is, you don't have like, and even the way you work a match. Like AJ said, for example, when he was in New Japan, he was like, one thing that weirded him out was the crowd. Because the crowd don't respond like...
The crowd don't respond like the Western world do, innit?
But they do respond. They just respond differently.
Yeah.
So it's like, for them,
Did they boo?
Yeah, they boo.
They booed thingy, Bullet Club. When I watched
but
it.
it's not like an intense like American boo. But like, you see American Japanese crowds, like it'll start off slow. There'll be that you hear. It
starts off too slow. That's what's mad. It starts off mad slow. Then there's a spike that will just pick up. Boom.
But that's
jumping out the ring.
That's
with every single match,
I know, but that's the style. That's the pacing. Because if you listen, if you listen to the crowd, they'll be like, they'll do the Kenny Omega, and then all of a sudden you have the whole arena just screaming, and literally, and even in New Japan, the sequences they do,
it's mad.
Like,
it's mad.
The sequences they will do, and I just think if Daniel Bryan in that environment, oh my god!
And fam, do you know what's even mad? You're mentioning sequences, but these men are not planning what they're doing. So how are these sequences being made?
I don't know. I need a documentary. I'm sure
that's obviously been planned. Like, obviously, we'll do like a super kick that goes into like a German suplex that goes into something.
They're long.
But fam, I don't know how someone, you got me, remembers that, or even just you can't improvise shit like that.
Because like it wasn't on the AJ Styles match you watched, but it was another AJ Styles Okada match here where literally like the sequence is so long. Like, it's literally Okada has him in the Rainmaker. AJ Styles ducks, does a Pele kick. Okada gets a German suit. Like, it's the suit. It's like one seamless sequence. It's like, bruv. Like,
how the hell do they do this?
It
might have choice. You can probably improvise it, but I don't know, bro. It's
nah,
nice.
Bruv, and especially Okada's drop kicks, they come out of nowhere.
No.
They come out. You get it now. You get. They come out.
Nowhere. And he's bare high as well. Fam.
He's high. You know what I'm saying? Like they come out. The guy will just be running and then
drop kick.
Like I would love to see Daniel Bryan in that type of environment again. You know what I'm saying? Like the sky's the limit for him. It's just a matter of if he wants to do it or not. But regardless, if he wrestles again, he's still a GOAT. He's still one of the greatest of all time. Yeah. Big up Daniel Bryan every time.
Do you want to go to Arts first? Actually, before we go to Arts, I don't think we discussed it last week. Roman Reigns' new theme song. How are you feeling?
Oh, fire.
Sick.
Fire. Listen, I can't lie. Roman
is like, he's King Hill.
Nah, he's doing bits.
King
man.
who at the
I
moment,
respect
fam?
it, man. He's
King
doing
who?
bits, man. Because I've always liked Roman, yeah, but I always thought like, does he have it?
I knew he had it from when I think there was like a Fox. I think all the WWE stars were at some Fox like party or something, and it was like they interviewed Roman. I was like, how you find this party? And man completely flipped and started speaking like not Mandem, but speaking like he's from. You know what I mean? Speaking like himself. And everyone's like, wait, we need to see this Roman on WWE, and we got it.
Yeah, because Vince had them cutting promos like suffering succotash.
Yeah,
like, suffering.
Wait.
That came from Daffy Duck.
Swear.
Yeah.
So why did he make him say it?
Because Vince thought it was cool.
That's dead, man.
Yeah, man.
That's
It's
so
literally, if you literally, I'm not even joking. Like, it came from Daffy Duck or Ducktail. I'm being dead serious. Like, that's the type
so
of promos he was cutting. Suffering, succotash. Like, bro, like, what are you doing to this guy? Like,
Damaging him.
like,
bro.
imagine if we had this Roman straight after Shield.
I'm sure, yeah, that'll be mad.
Like, this is what we want to see. Like, this is that.
But like you said, timing, innit? Timing.
Nah,
and
but
I feel like the pandemic is the best time to do it.
it is. But like, they had so many opportunities to do this, bro. They had so many.
Imagine Tribal Chief Roman Reigns against the Undertaker. You know that WrestleMania match that we had?
Yeah.
When the Undertaker didn't want to. The Undertaker feel like he didn't deliver.
But do you know what? I feel like, personally, I know Sam's going to get up, but after that point, I was kind of with the Undertaker.
Now, what I'm trying to say is that
I was ready.
And what I'm trying to say, if we had Tribal Chief Undertaker completely demolished, that don't make sense. If we had Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, yeah,
Completely.
against Undertaker, he'll completely demolish him, and he'll be like, never come back to my ring again, and that's it, done.
I hear that.
Do you know what I mean?
I hear that.
Imagine that, fam.
But then, we already had that with Brock.
When
Brock demolished Taker.
got Undertaker came back for some more. So Roman Reigns could call the thing when saying, "Oh, cool, bro, you're back here after my guy Brock finished you off. Alright, cool, give me a go." And he completely batters him.
No, this is the Tribal Chief, yeah. No, this is the Roman Reigns you should have got when it was Brock versus Roman at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
This is the one
This
we
one
should have got.
Yeah.
But if we got that, we never would have got Seth Cash in. So
True.
But yeah.
And imagine if Seth would have cashed in, he would have got Roman Reigns would have got up and speared him. You're not taking my belt. You crazy or something?
No, but then this Tribal Chief, yeah, wouldn't allow Cena to finish him on that promo.
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't.
That's
what I said. Timing.
Cena, I can't lie. I miss Cena though.
I miss Cena a lot.
I miss Cena
He's too
so
Hollywood
much,
for
man.
us. He's too Hollywood for us.
I miss him, man.
But yeah, Ask Rest Things this week. We've got a few questions. The first question that someone asked was from Supine. We got Supine Smokey. He said, "How invested are you in this Cesaro and Roman feud?" I'm very invested, but I don't think Cesaro is getting anywhere this because Roman's too over.
I'm not really watching SmackDown like that, so I can't speak on the feud. But I think it'll be
Have you seen what's been happening? I can talk you through it.
Yeah, like talk me through.
So basically,
SmackDown.
Cesaro's like finished with Seth Rollins. Cesaro's not come out and said, "Yo, I want to try and get this title for me, whatever in it." So I think they had a match on SmackDown, but I can't remember how that panned out, or had a match with it's either Jey Uso or Roman Reigns. I can't remember how it ended, but I think the week before that, Cesaro Roman Reigns must have been cutting a promo in it, and Cesaro's music turns on. Cesaro's walking towards the ring, yeah, and Roman Reigns goes, "What?" He looks at him and kisses his teeth and walks out the ring. So as Cesaro's going into the ring, he walks out the ring and goes, "This is a waste of my time." He goes, "Waste of my time." Cesaro goes Cesaro puts his head down in shame, going, "Yo, I'm gonna catch this guy in it." But I didn't actually watch what happened on SmackDown this week, but yeah, that's what's been happening.
Okay. It's funny thing about Roman. It's funny to think that maybe like over a year ago, people liked Drew McIntyre more than Roman.
That's nuts. I'm sorry,
people liked Drew McIntyre more than Roman.
Bro, it's nuts.
Like we used to think like, no, Drew McIntyre's better than this guy. Or we like him more than this guy.
Do you know? I prefer Drew McIntyre as a heel. You know, I don't like baby face Drew McIntyre because I feel like
I feel like these guys don't know how to do baby faces. That's the problem. I feel like there's a problem because we say this about everyone. I like them better as a heel. Like we say this about bare man. I think these man don't know how to do baby faces. But it's mad because I remember like last year's Royal Rumble, everyone was saying, "Yeah, Drew."
Yeah. When he won it was sick.
No, when he won it was sick. But then that was like
after that, it just went.
Nobody cares.
Yeah, it's deep.
Nobody cares.
It's deep. So that's one question there. Let me get the other one. Let me see. Yeah. So We got a question from Delboy, aka Nostalgia Police. He asks, "What 10 wrestlers would you say define the 90s? We can do this together."
Obviously, let's get the mandatories out of the way.
Hulk Hogan.
90s. Oh, yeah, early 90s. That's 80s. That's 80s.
Sorry, forget that.
Sorry.
Bret Hart.
Bret Hart.
Stone Cold.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels.
Yep.
Razor Ramon.
Yeah.
Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan. Yeah, we can put Hulk Hogan in there. The whole of NWO.
Yeah,
bro.
NWO. Goldberg.
Sting. The Rock.
Yep.
Undertaker. There's plenty.
Mankind.
Mankind. Mankind. Yeah.
90s.
Vince McMahon.
Would you put him as he's a wrestler, but
No, but he became a character as well.
Yeah.
That time he kind of like That was when we saw Vince McMahon on Madness, bro. And he did wrestle. Bro, do you remember that Sonny Dante show?
No, I remember, but like, I know he's wrestled matches, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, would I put him as a he did
He defined it.
Yeah,
fam.
he did, of course, but would you Jericho was Jericho's late though.
Yeah, Jericho. Yeah, but you see Jericho, yeah.
Because Jericho debuted when?
Jericho 999. So literally going into 2000.
Yeah.
It's tight. It's tight.
It's so tight because it's late. Obviously,
Yeah.
he had this stuff in WCW, but
It feels like he debuted earlier. That's what's mad.
yeah, no, it was literally 19. Jericho's an asterisk. I can't lie. Like,
He is.
It's an asterisk.
Did we say Triple H?
Yeah.
Triple H, yeah, he has to be on there.
Taker.
Take a defo.
Yeah, Taker there.
DX, bro. There's
There's
many
too
names.
many. Okay,
There's too many
wait.
names.
To 10, that's a lot. There's so. I can do a 5. That's easy, but 10. 10, that's a lot, man. No. I feel like Hogan has to be there.
Hogan has to be there, yeah.
Because of NWO.
NWO, yeah.
NWO is like the.
And his WCW run.
Yeah, no, NWO has to be there. Because that's like top 3 factions of all time.
Yeah.
Even though I hate Hogan, but yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what it is? What's mad about this, yeah? A confession, isn't it? I hate Hogan, yeah, but him and WCW, he was sick. I can't lie, no one's touching him. He was so wavy. What? I hate to say it, but it's my confession.
No,
bro.
it's the truth.
If you watch WCW right now, you see the Hulk Hogan's brought to the ring, yeah?
No, like
he look wavy.
No, NWO, yeah, like
they're all wavy.
No, NWO is like, for me, that's the greatest faction ever.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not my favourite, but it's the great, like,
What's your favourite faction? Obviously,
Bullet Club, innit?
yeah.
But Bullet Club is comes from NWO, innit? Like, there's no Bullet Club without NWO,
Yeah,
so
true.
like
That's nuts. Yeah, that's true.
Like,
That's why we need that's why we need a Bullet Club timeline, bro. That's where your content's
I
coming
mean,
from.
but NWO is cold, innit? NWO is cold, but everything
It's-
after that, Bun Hogan, man.
There's too many names to name on that, but yeah, big up Derek for that question. Dream matches for Daniel Bryan. I think we already said this already.
Yeah, I'll say it again. Zack Sabre Jr., Kenny Omega, and who's another one? Shingo Takagi.
For me, Jay White, Kenny Omega, Ray Phoenix. I thought, you know what's mad? I put everyone on Ray Phoenix. I thought like Ray Phoenix is so entertaining.
No, Ray Phoenix is like I said, Ray Phoenix is the most informed wrestler of 2021.
He's so entertaining.
He's the most informed wrestler of 2021. Like,
He's having the Thierry Henry run, fam. That's not Thierry Henry. That's exaggerated.
that's a lot, fam.
That's exaggerated.
No, but I feel like Ray Phoenix. The thing about Ray Phoenix is like he's the best. He's performing the best out of everyone this year.
And do you know what's mad? He knows he's good.
He's young, you know.
How young is he?
I think he's like under 30.
Swear.
I think he's like under. I think he's just. Wait, let me Google this. I think he's under 30 or just about 30.
That's mad.
Yeah, he's 30 years old.
30.
He's 30.
Rah.
He's young, fam.
That's mad.
He's got time.
He's got so much time.
He's got so much
So
time,
much time.
fam. He's young.
You should stay away from WWE though, because they'll make another Lucha.
Bruv, they'll put him in Lucha House
They'll make
Party, man.
another one. Lucha House Party Part 2.
Never done.
I'm like a Niger
It
film.
was so close to getting Phoenix versus Mysterio at Lucha Underground, but we didn't
Did
get
it
it.
happen?
It didn't happen.
Oh.
It was so close to happening. They literally, because Phoenix left right when he joined. So
Apparently, rumors. Apparently, I saw on Instagram. There's a new Lucha Underground.
yeah, I think the Lucha Aztec.
Lucha Aztec. Yeah.
But they've lost their guys. Like there's nobody like because Pentagon's gone, Phoenix is gone.
Unless they collaborate with a company, innit?
Matanza, which was Jeff Cobb, he's gone.
Matanza's Jeff Cobb.
Yeah, Matanza's Jeff
Oh
Cobb.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
he's gone.
Do you know I didn't know? I said to Derek. Derek came to my house and I was like, bro, do you know I didn't know Kill Shot was flipping Isaiah Swerve?
Yeah,
Bro, he had some mad matches in Lucha Underground, you know.
trust me. Bruv,
That's
there's
nuts.
bare man that are like, obviously everyone knows Prince Puma's
Yeah,
Ricochet.
yeah.
Bruv, like, a lot of who's there really? I mean, I guess they could get
Brian Cage's not there. No.
Brian Cage's not there.
Yeah.
They have just Mil Muertes. That's
But
it.
this is good because these lot can now bring new stars in it that we can invest in it.
True. But a lot of the star power's gone, man. It's gone.
Big up Mr. Frimpong. He asks, with Mark Henry wanting that one last match, who would be his best opponent? Go back for Randy Orton Pardew, man. Randy Orton.
I don't
makes
want to
sense.
see Mark Henry wrestle. It's done. It's like why? Like why?
I think, do you know what it is?
Why?
I don't blame him for imagine you being a wrestler, yeah, and you're looking and saying, look, I've got one more in me. Oh, you want to go? You want to go?
Look, I know we're on the listen. Mark Henry, his Hall of Pain one was sick, but if we're looking at Mark Henry, like I've never looked at Mark Henry and be like, yeah, I want to see a match from him, especially now.
I get that.
Especially today, like today.
No, but do you know
bruv.
what it is?
Like,
Do you know what it is?
sit down.
I feel like the only way they can spin is if him and Randy Orton go head to head.
But
Because Randy Orton parred him.
yeah, but that'll be the match would be that. Do you want to see a Mark Henry match?
I wouldn't mind it.
Like, be honest.
Look.
You want to sit down, yeah? Monday Night Raw, Mark Henry.
I wouldn't even mind it. I wouldn't like. It's not a thing where I'll say, I wouldn't say no. I wouldn't say yes. If it happens, it happens.
I'm saying no, bro. Because
wouldn't
there's
mind it.
other man in catering that need time, but you want to give time to Mark Henry.
The man in catering, fam. The man in catering not gonna give a match that Mark Henry does. Mark Henry will put you for the table, fam.
Bruv, stop that.
Strength and entertainment. That's what we're rolling with, fam.
There's bare man in
Strength
catering.
and entertainment,
I'd
fam.
rather watch than Mark Henry in
I'm rooting for you,
2021.
fam. Hill and Nafi. Here we go.
Nah, bruv. I'm not rooting. I'm not. Listen, Mark Henry, you done well. Your career's good, but in 2021, bro, I'm. Like, that's the same. It's no different if Big Show said I'm coming back. It's no.
In AEW, I wouldn't mind that.
Bruv, I don't want to see that. I really don't. In AEW is different because this is fresh opponents.
Yeah.
Mark Henry, but we've seen it all.
But yeah, I don't know.
We've seen it all. Like
I feel like something as well. I don't feel like he needs to announce it. I think what would have been sick if he just showed up and just battered Randy Orton after Randy Orton was like, swear, you want to do that?
Like he's cool. Like bruv, like his Hall of Pain was the peak, and then
Done.
finished. Just retire, fam.
Mr. Frimpong also asks, who are the top 3 ring announcers of all time? Howard Finkel, Lillian Garcia, and who's the guy that does AEW right now? He's WWE, right?
Justin Roberts.
He's WWE, innit?
Yeah.
Justin Roberts.
I'm not big on ring announcers. Too tough.
Do my thing. Howard Finkel back in the day. Oh, come on.
I'm not.
Look, come on.
I'm not like a ring announcer.
Didn't CM Punk used to get Howard Finkel to do his intro?
Yeah, he did.
Come on, man.
But no, I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying I don't focus on ring announcers.
I feel like ring announcers they set the match for you.
I feel like
it gives you that big game. For example, if it's Howard Finkel,
yeah,
you know you're gonna get a big match, bro.
Yeah, I hear you. I care about ring announcers in everywhere but wrestling.
That's nuts.
Like if I see a UFC show, I'm gassed. But wrestling, I'm like, okay.
Nah, ring announcers set the match, man.
No, they do, but it's not something I'm like, I need to remember this guy's name or girl's name in it. Obviously, I know Lillian Garcia or them, man, but it's like put it this way: if you got a dead ring announcer, I'm not gonna be like.
So say if you had like a match between what's your dream match that you want?
AJ versus Kenny.
So for AJ versus Kenny, yeah, wouldn't you want like a big game? Call that, for example, let's get ready to rumble.
No, I hear that, but you know what I'd want? More than anything, I need the commentary on.
Oh, he calls commentary. Yeah.
No,
so like
if I was to put a list of priorities, ring announce will probably be 3rd or 4th out of by the things that prioritize. Obviously, commentators, they're like 1 or 2. Commentators is key. Present like arena setting, that's like number 1 where it takes place. Ring announce probably like 3rd or 4th. Like
I can't lie, for me it's commentators, ring announcer, arena setting.
No, obviously I don't want one jobber announcing the match.
No, I mean, but as in,
but like
I need hype. I need someone that could make me believe that These two people here are gonna put on the best match of their life, and that's how I would think of for me if I'm on Lilian Garcia.
Fair enough.
Because they've called out the best matches I've seen before, ever.
Fair enough.
Same with Jim Ross. Jim Ross on commentary.
Yeah,
Jim Ross attitude. Jim Ross makes him a bit of ruthless aggression. Jim Ross
No, he's
on
the
commentary.
He's the GOAT. He's the
I'm
greatest.
loving that. Yeah,
He's the greatest.
So,
But like Matt, what?
What's it?
More Ronaldo. He's the best, man. I love that guy, man.
Gareth, big up Gareth. He also tweeted me this week saying "fuck Anafi." That's the reason why I'm Hill Anafi till today. He said with Brian's contract reportedly ended, where do you want to see him? What do you want to see him do? AEW, tour the Indies, return to WWE after a break, or NXT?
Do you know what? This is all dependent. Yeah, this is like fantasy booking. This did. I don't think this is gonna ever happen but if it happens, if Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe, and CM Punk come to AEW, they should do a faction.
So wait, Daniel Bryan who?
Samoa Joe and CM Punk, the ROH guys,
the Indies.
Like all of them in their ROH, like a faction between CM Punk, Bryan, and Joe. Terrorizing AEW.
You know, he can give you like a little dream preview. Element Games hook NK up in it. Sort him out with the storyline of life.
That's major fantasy booking. No, but bruv, I'll say
that is mad.
That's mad. Yeah. Because all of them, man, like, and the promos as well.
Yeah. We're here to change the game.
Wow. Because especially when it comes to WWE, CM Punk and Bryan, they were the catalyst for this new era of indie talent coming in. It's CM Punk and Bryan. Like a lot of these man a lot of the guys we see on WWE television, CM Punk and Daniel Bryan did a lot of the heavy lifting to change the mentality in WWE about these smaller indie guys, bro. So everyone I know it's popular to hate Punk sometimes, but man, them have to give homage.
I don't think it's hating, but it's what people talk about in a minute. And that's another discussion. We need to have. Do you know what it is? We've had the Omega discussion here. The part 2 is coming. We need to have a Punk discussion. I think the best person to bring for that Punk discussion is Jamie Rakes. Jamie Rakes is a very big CM Punk fan, so I need him to be in attendance when I'm discussing Punk.
Like Punk's that guy, man. Punk's that guy. Big up Punk as well. I don't. But the funny part is, I don't want to like. As much as I put a faction with him, like I feel like the ship has sailed. Like he's old now. He's done, And his UFC thing, it derailed. It derailed him badly. He got touched, man. So
UFC is hard though, I can't lie. But big up James Crispin. Wow, that's a mad name.
That's a mad name. You have to bleep that one.
Man said Crispin. Wow, look how I spot it. Man said Crispin. Wow, that's a mad name.
Wow, that's.
Man said besides wrestling deaths. Even look what man's talking about. Besides wrestling deaths, what moment in wrestling history would you go back to and change if you could? I think I had this question time ago. The Rock not winning that WrestleMania 2000. But then we got a sick match at Backlash with Steve Austin turning up.
What moment in wrestling would I change? I was gonna say Booker T, Triple H, but Booker T's annoying me now, so no. I don't like Booker T no more. What moment in wrestling would
WrestleMania 9 as well? I would have let Yokozuna continue and win that match.
Oh, Nexus should have beat Team Cena.
Yeah.
Nexus 100% should have beat Team Cena. What moment would I change?
The Muhammad Hassan thing. As well. I wouldn't have let him done the whole the 7-11 thing. I would have basically just kept it calm because I feel like Muhammad Hassan would have been sick. With more time, he would have been a sick wrestler.
Did you? I know they shagged him. Do you see that promo that I think was before pay-per-view? They cut one promo. Yeah. They put the music behind it.
Yeah. Great American Bash. I think they've deleted it,
Bruv.
I can't lie. The promo was scary though. When the people came in with the what you call it, they came in like
I don't know if they sing it,
fam. Don't.
I'm not gonna sing it. It was so bad,
fam. WWE are criminals for that.
That's the definition of Trumpish.
That is Trumpish.
That is Trumpish.
That is Trumpish.
Oh, that was so bad.
No, do you know what it is? Like I remember because I watched it. Yeah, I watched it live, innit? And I remember getting so scared. I was looking behind me in the serum to this. I remember, was it college? Was it second? I think it was college times, secondary school times. Yeah, I was so shook in the serum because I was like, fam, this is scary, fam. What the hell are these guys doing? And the fact that Undertaker was getting pummeled, fam. Undertaker was getting beat up by these man, fam. And the music was just there, and after the vignette, the colours of it, Nah, man. WWE messed up on that. But yeah, that's all the question for this week.
Yeah, man.
Any last words?
Nah, man. Like I said, NK's here to stay.
Yep.
You know, full-time member of the Wrestling's podcast.
Yep.
So if you don't like New Japan content, I'm so sorry. I'm here preaching the, the New Japan gospel. You know what I'm saying? Me and Doughboy said this on Twitter. We're going to do an episode here on how Anouchism almost killed New Japan, fam.
I'm going to do my thing on that still.
You see, because there's a reason, back in the 2000s, mid-2000s, we weren't talking about New Japan.
Yeah, no.
There's a reason, fam.
That's on Bob, what's his name? Sapp. What's the guy
Oh,
called?
Bob Sapp.
And Brock Lesnar and these man started doing UFC in the wrestling ring.
Bruv.
That's nuts.
Antonio Inoki, he's a legend, but he shagged New Japan so badly. Finished that company. Anouchism killed that company, man. But yeah.
That's true. But yeah, big up everyone for listening and subscribing and doing all that jazz. Continue to follow us on all the social platforms and subscribe to us on YouTube and stuff. So yeah, we'll see you guys next week up in the Nafi.
Your boy NK.
And for the Mandem.
I didn't even do my intro. Sorry. It's been your boy NK, aka the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. Yeah, man.
I get gashed by the hour. By the Mandem, for the Mandem, episode 50. I think it's episode 66. Bow.